Hey, what's happening guys? This is Shukesh once again. Today I'm gonna do a very interesting speed test in between the all new Google Pixel, which is by far the most snappy device I have come across, and this smartphone is priced at $649 for the base model. On my left hand I have the amazing OnePlus 3, which is just $400, and as you know, in the past few months I have done a couple of speed tests using this smartphone, including OnePlus 3 versus Note 7, and on almost all those tests the OnePlus 3 was the big winner. Now I'm quite curious to see how does this phone perform against the all new Pixel. Let's find out. Interestingly, you have the same processor, same clock speed and same GPU despite having a huge price difference. In fact, in India, Google Pixel cost more than double than that OnePlus 3. The only difference is you have Snapdragon 821 chipset on the Pixel, which can deliver up to 10% performance increase over 820 you have on the OnePlus 3. But the RAM on the OnePlus smartphone is mammoth 6GB, whereas you have 4GB RAM on the Google phone, which is more than enough, I think. Surprisingly, on benchmarks, OnePlus 3 scores much higher than Pixel, especially in the RAM department. Let me show you the breakup. "3D Mark" Gamer's benchmark score is also considerably better on the $400 smartphone. Now, without any further ado, let's get started with the speed test. I have to mention here, Google Pixel is running on Android 7.1 Nougat and the Android version on OnePlus 3 is 6.0.1 Marshmallow. The display on both phones are AMOLED with Full HD resolution. Let's clear all the running applications and start with the boot test. Pixel is already off and OnePlus 3 is still working on the shutdown process. There you go. Now let's turn on the devices. Well, once again Google Pixel is ahead of OnePlus 3. So in the boot test, definitely the Google Pixel is the big winner. Well, ultimately OnePlus 3 is also ready. Next, let's compare the fingerprint speed. As expected, Google Pixel is not even close. The fingerprint sensor on the OnePlus 3 is by far the fastest I have ever seen on any smartphone. Now let me show you something very interesting. When the displays are on, both sensors respond at the same time. Let me show you. There you go. Both phones unlocked simultaneously. Next, I will launch some system and third-party apps, then I will check the RAM management. Let's start with the dialer. Well, I think both are equally fast. It's a draw, I will say. Next, I will check the messaging app. This time definitely Google Pixel is slightly quicker. Next, we have the galleries, and I think OnePlus 3 was momentarily faster only because you have to bear with the Google Photos logo at the start on the Pixel. Next, I would like to check the cameras. Definitely this is a tie. Let's now try some third-party apps. Well, Google Pixel was slightly faster. This time OnePlus 3 is quicker. Now what about Facebook? Once again it's a draw. Let's try the Engadget app. Though both are very close, Google Pixel was just few milliseconds faster. So these two devices are really neck to neck. As I mentioned before, OnePlus 3 is the fastest device I have ever come across, but this time Google Pixel is giving this phone a hard time, mainly because you have stock Android UI on both smartphones. There is no customization, no bottleneck, you have the actual raw OS, and one thing worth mentioning, the Android version on the Pixel is 7.1. As you have seen, YouTube loaded quicker on the OnePlus. So kudos to this smartphone for giving such a good fight, and at this price point this is definitely the best device you can go for. Again, OnePlus 3 is slightly faster. Looks like these two phones are twins in almost all the apps. They responded almost at the same times. So next, let's try some games. I have downloaded a number of games on both smartphones. Let's start with Nova 3. Well, OnePlus 3 beats Google Pixel in Nova 3 loading time, so it's a beast for $400, but the difference is not that much, of course. Once again, they are very close. It's totally weird. I think I have never seen such similar performing devices. Let me try another game before coming to the conclusion. Let me check Subway Surfers and Temple Run 2. This time Google Pixel is ahead of OnePlus 3. Once again, the Google phone beats the OnePlus smartphone. There you go, OnePlus 3 is also ready. Overall, I will say both smartphones are really very close on the boot test in these two games, and also I think on the messaging app, Google Pixel was the winner, but on hardcore games, gallery, YouTube application, and most importantly on the fingerprint, OnePlus 3 beats the Pixel. Overall, considering the price tag, I will say OnePlus 3 is the winner in this speed test. Now let's check the RAM management. Both phones have huge RAM. 4GB RAM on the Pixel can easily handle this many applications. OnePlus 3 also fixed the RAM management issue I faced before, but as expected, the battery performance degraded. Well, as you can see guys, games are also not reloading. All these apps are still in the memory of both phones, so in the RAM management test, I will say it's a draw. So that's all in this speed test. I'm quite happy OnePlus 3 performs as fast as Google Pixel. Considering the price tag is less than half in India, OnePlus 3 is definitely more value for money, especially for hardcore gaming. But of course, you have a stellar camera on the Google phone and you will be always up to date. The build quality is also great, but OnePlus 3 also has its own style. I will upload a camera comparison in between these two smartphones. Make sure you are subscribed. Check the description below for speed test in between iPhone 7 and Google Pixel. That's all for now. Thanks a lot for watching. This is Shukesh signing off. Have a nice day.